Han Solo.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember his name.
I don't even care. I'm not going to make you guess names like Han Solo because it's a stupid name. First of all, he was originally going to be a big green swamp monster. I just want to get that out of the way. That's how bad George Lucas was if you don't check him.
Yeah.
Apparently, originally the plan was to have him be just a big, like, green alien. So, Kenny, can you give me an idea of what Harrison Ford or Han Solo has been up to until this point in the film?
See, I know Boba Fett was a bounty hunter. The one thing that I never really got about Han Solo was I didn't know what the fuck he did. He's just this guy with a gun who I know is bros with Chewbacca.
Sure, yeah.
Like, I don't know what else he does besides that. I know he flies a plane and has a
plane,
gun.
as they call it.
So, a ship. He flies a ship. I don't,
you know what the ship is called?
I should, but I don't.
It's a weird ship name, considering that neither of those things really seem to exist.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true, yeah. Millennium Falcon doesn't make
Why do
sense.
you call it a Falcon? Why? There's no Falcons.
Was it the Millennium Falcon?
Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon.
It doesn't look like a Falcon. It looks like a coaster or something. So Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke and the droids meet him at a very specific location.
At a bar.
Yes, kind of. Yeah, sure. And there's a really fun song going on in the background. You ever heard it?
If you tell me, I don't remember offhand.
Because that's easily the best part of the whole movie. These little weird guys with big heads, like, and little clarinets. And
Yeah, I think I've seen that scene.
You've heard it, yeah. It's a popular song. It's playing on the radio all the time.
Yeah. It's Billboard Top 100.
Yeah. So they're like, you're a good smuggler. We need your help. Because we need to get these plans. These things that we were given away.
Mm-hmm.
Right. To maybe the good guys. You know, something like that.
Right.
Okay. What do you think happens next?
So they at that point, so they have the plans, and they're in talks with Han Solo and got him on board.
Yep.
So at this point, I remember there being a bar fight. Is this Han shot first?
Okay.
Because I know Han shot first.
Han did.
That is one
first.
of the weird things where, like, never seen the movies, but I know that, like, that thing with, the re-edits came out for around when they re-released them for prequel, and George Lucas took out added in a shot where originally Han shot someone first, but they added in a shot where he got shot at first. Before that,
right.
I guess to make him seem like he was a better guy or something.
Yeah, pretty much. Do you have any idea who he was shooting or why?
I don't. That's why I was just guessing it was at a bar fight.
This weird blue guy named Garrido. No one likes him.
Nah, it's not very cool.
He has there's a Lego version of him. That was the Lego guy that I saw, and I was like, we've got too many of these Star Wars. You've gone too deep into the universe if we're making Garridos. All right, DJ, can you fill us in? Like, what's the next step? They've met at the cantina.
Right.
And have agreed to do whatever.
And, yeah, some money amount, they're like,
some units or credits.
Credits, they'll say we'll go out. So the plan is to go to Alderaan.
Right.
Because that's where, I think, in the R2-D2, were there the coordinates to Alderaan to...
Alright, we may have get onto here. I thought R2-D2 had the plans to attack the Death Star.
Right.
That had nothing to do with Alderaan. Just had, like, the vulnerabilities in it and stuff.
Well, they're like, we gotta get to Alderaan.
Right.
How do they know to go to Alderaan? Just because R2-D2 tells them to?
Because Princess Leia was in the message, and she's from Alderaan.
How do they know that?
Because she...
Just cause?
What do you mean, how do they know?
I don't know.
She's, like, it's a picture of her.
Yeah.
Right, so like, Princess Leia. She's from Alderaan.
Alright. So,
if she wants to talk to us, she'll probably
so
be there.
They go,
or at least her
they
people
fly
will.
off to Alderaan, right?
Yep.
So there's a bunch of stuff that happens on the way that doesn't matter. Luke does some training with a ball that fires lasers.
And then Harrison Ford is like, I don't care about your goofy space religion.
Yep. We see space chess. That's fun.
Yes, space chess is great.
Space chess is great. And then finally we get out of warp speed and we're at where Alderaan is. But, oh my god, it's a bunch of rocks and stuff.
Right.
And the reason for this is we saw in a previous scene, Darth Vader blew up Alderaan with the power of the operational battle station. And that's big. That's big that it's operational.
It's very big that it's operational.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't before. And now it is. And it can blow up planets, like Alderaan. But okay, so they get there and there's no planet, right? But there's like something else there. What's there?
What's there? Alright, so it's gotta lead them to Princess Leia. So
Maybe.
it's got, because plot wise, they assume she was here.
Right.
So they gotta now find out where she went. So besides just the guess of someone blew it up, it was probably the big Death Star that blows up planets.
Right, no, he just said that, yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be something that leads them to
The Death Star.
the Death Star. So what
What could lead them to the Death Star? What could possibly do that? Could it be the Death Star? It might be the Death Star. Maybe the Death Star is just there.
maybe like a stormtrooper helmet?
No, it's just the Death Star.
Wait, the Death Star's just there?
Yeah, they just see the Death Star. And they're like,
Oh.
first they're like, that's a moon. And then, you ever heard this line before?
That's no moon.
There you
Yep.
go.
I just guessed.
That's my wife. Just kidding. That's a space station.
Also, to be fair to Kenny, actually, do you remember what they see before they see the Death Star?
No.
They see that
A
rogue...
stormtrooper helmet.
No, it's the...
Damn it. I assume there's just a trail of stormtrooper helmets.
Right, but when are they burning stormtrooper helmets to get
Is it
there?
like at the
or
end of
did
the sixth movie where they're banging on them
They
like
sent
drums?
the stormtroopers down there and then blew up the planet as they were.
They see a rogue TIE fighter.
Right, that's right. They do see a TIE
They see a rogue TIE fighter, and they're kind of piecing it together. It's like, why would it be out this far?
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. So it's like kind of leading up to what you're gonna... That's dope.
stuff. So they get onto the Death Star. They're all immediately killed. Because they're just going onto the Death Star, right? I mean, how else could they possibly survive this?
Because the garbage chute. They jump into the garbage. They grab Leia and jump into the garbage. And they get sent out.
Where's Leia?
She's still... Oh no, fuck, she's not there anymore.
She's not there yet. I mean, she's around, but they're not like... It's not like you can land in the Death Star and then just... First of all, the bigger question is, how did they get into the Death Star?
The garbage chute.
No.
So
The garbage
close.
chute is the answer to most questions in the Star Wars universe. That's obvious. But
Well,
not
I mean,
just-
yeah, that's why I'm
It's mostly
assuming
a movie
everything's a
about
garbage chute.
chutes.
Yeah.
But no, they have to get Leia. They have to get to Leia first, and they do so in a very goofy.
Oh, right, they dress up
70s
as
movie
stormtroopers.
fashion. Yeah.
Yeah.
But first, they don't just start with that. They all hide in the ship, and then they're like, go in the ship and find them, and there's like nobody there, and then like they find a couple of guys and take their outfits. So
Right.
you've got Luke and Han, and Chewbacca's not dressed as a stormtrooper, is he?
Who?
Chewbacca, what's he up to at this point?
Well, they fake him as a prisoner.
Oh, right! Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they fake that he's a prisoner.
So they go to the prison, and then they get the stormtroopers. You know, they're dressed as stormtroopers. They find Princess Leia,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "Thank you guys for rescuing me. You're so great." Or is she? Or is she a huge jerk to them for no reason?
I think she's a huge jerk.
He's
She's
a
a jerk.
giant freaking jerk.
It's the weirdest move that they made. It's fine because it's cool, like it's interesting, but it doesn't make any sense really. It's just
Right.
kind of dumb. So they escape. So then they
Escape through the garbage chute.
escape through the garbage.
Got
chute.
it.
Going to say.
That's it. I
was
know
gonna
everything about
fill
Star
that
Wars.
line in for you. Okay. So
I wanted to say it and be right.
At this point, the movie's not like almost over, but it's kind of there's not a whole lot left to do.
Right.
Besides the big thing that happens at the end. First, they have to get out of the Death Star. Right.
Right.
How did they? Or like they encounter an issue. Something happens, and then they have to like kind of call an audible. Any idea what that might be, or who may show up?
Who shows up?
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Someone mildly important shows up to impede their progress.
Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And DJ, I was thinking about this on the way over. Is it the only lightsaber fight in the first movie? Because the lightsaber fight happens.
Yeah, because who else? Because Luke doesn't have one yet.
Mhm.
And then, because if you think about it, those are only the two people with lightsabers in the first movie.
Right. So
Right. Yes. This is where Darth Vader kills Obi-Wan Kenobi.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it?
The death scene?
Just the fight. in
I
general.
know I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I've seen the fight in full, but doesn't he, like, Obi-Wan, like, disappear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just, like, gets hit
Doesn't
and
make
then,
any
like,
sense.
just,
He doesn't even get hit. It's like his robe gets hit.
Yeah.
And it just kind of falls.
yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty shitty. Like, compared to the scenes you've seen where, like, dudes have two lightsabers and they're doing backflips and stuff, this is, like, the wimpiest fight scene ever. But it's the only
Right,
one
but it's
in that
introducing
movie.
lightsabers and
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
My favorite part's where he's like, you strike me down, I'll come back stronger than ever. And that's a complete lie.
Now this is the only lightsaber. Have you seen lightsabers at all before this?
Yeah, Luke turned one on.
He turned one on.
And he turned one on after. He turned it on immediately.
During the training.
And then during the training. But besides that, no, there's no lightsabering. So, like, these two old men are fighting with lightsabers. It sucks. And it's like, kind of like what happened originally, where they fought in the third movie.
Yeah.
So it's like the rematch to that fight. And they both know it. Anakin has no idea.
But that one was all cool and stuff.
Luke has no idea.
They were all doing backflips and like...
Yeah, I remember that scene. That was awesome.
Honestly, like, this is the lamest fight ever. And they're, like, they both look like they're so out of it. Without hearing it, it's not exciting at all.
Yeah, are they talking about...
Talking about, like, the circle is complete. Wait, no, is that this movie? Does he say that?
It's like the master can now defeat, or the student can now defeat the master.
So you do get an idea that he was once Obi-Wan's student.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's super important because Obi-Wan just flat out lies to Luke, too.
Yep.
Obi-Wan's like Anakin's, I don't even know if he says Anakin is his name, but he said Darth Vader's a very powerful Jedi and he killed your father. So now we've got our heroes are Luke, Han, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, 2 droids. Mm-hmm. And they're like, get out. And they're gone. And then they have to do the last thing that happens in this movie, which is like the main thing. Any idea what that is? I'll give you a hint.
It's like
they blow up the Death Star.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was thinking about this before because you were like the Death Star there and you were saying that it was big and like had all these things. But I remember a couple things, most of them tangential, not to seeing Star Wars. Again, why I know a lot of like random little facts about it, enough to piece together most of the movies, is from Clerks when they talk about rebuilding the Death Star. So I knew at some point that within the 3 movies it had to get destroyed first.
Yeah, gets destroyed all the time.
Because
the
classic Clerks conversation of them talking about like the people who rebuild the Death Star that aren't actually evil and shit like that.
Right. So okay, first of all, who's doing that? Who is leading the charge to destroy the Death Star?
The Emperor Palpatine.
What?
No, destroy the Death Star.
Destroy the Death Star.
I wish you thought that. And there's this cool guy they meet named Emperor Palpatine.
Who's wanting to destroy the Death Star?
Is the Emperor even in this movie at all? No, he's not.
But that is the person who's in charge of...
He's like the main guy. There's like 3 bad guys at this point in the movie. You don't know about Palpatine. There's Darth Vader, and he's Darth Vader, and he's boring and stupid in this movie. And then there's the other cool guy. Do you remember his name, DJ? Tarkin? Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh, Tarkin!
And he's like this great British actor who's the main... He's like in charge of the galactic... So it's weird because it's not like you'd expect where Darth Vader's like in charge. He sits on a panel with other guys and then he's like, they're like, oh, we gotta go do this. And he'll like, no. And then they'll go, silly Darth Vader, no, we gotta go do this. So we know what we're up to. Mm-hmm. And then he like does this one thing that he does sometimes. Do you have any idea what that might be? What he does to his insubordinates?
Oh yeah, he the force choker.
Yeah,
he like lifts him up.
But the cool thing about Tarkin is he's the only one who has Darth Vader on a leash.
Yeah, Tarkin's like above him somehow.
Okay,
and
he can't force choke Tarkin.
He's very like he's very cool, and the movie does a great job of killing him before he can do anything cool.
Yeah.
Or, like he gets this one scene where he gets to not yell at, but like be cool to Princess Leia. It's the operational bit. And then that's pretty much it. We just know he dies on the Death Star afterwards.
Which sucks.
It does suck. He's my favorite part of the movie. When I rewatch it, I'm like, oh, this guy's fucking great. We need more of him
than
most of these other fools.
So you mentioned, like, who's wanting the Death Star destroyed.
Yeah.
Now, I honestly, off the bat, have no idea. Because, like, as far as I know it, most of the characters I know that are good have already been named besides Yoda. And I know he doesn't come till later. And I don't see why he would be... as far as I remember him, he is... In terms of the, like when he comes in I believe Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is basically like living a solitary life, like in the swamp.
He's the worst. I can't describe to you how annoying the Yoda scenes are without having you seen them, but like.
Oh, I've seen clips, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like the puppetry and just all that stuff, right?
Not even just that, like what he does and how he acts. We'll get to it. But real quick, there's a whole army of dudes that are helping them at this point in the movie.
Helping the good guys?
The good guys. There's a rebel alliance, and they're like the good guys.
Right, the rebel alliance.
And they have like red jumpsuits and big.
And they the hats and yeah.
And they have a little. There's 2 symbols. There's like the bad guy symbol and the good guy symbol. There's like a half moon with some shit in it. Anyway, so they go. with a bunch of guys, and Luke is he's a good pilot, so he's going to help him destroy the Death Star.
Right.
Do you have any idea how they're going to do this?
Yeah, no,
but impenetrable.
The plans are to destroy the Death Star, so the plans have, basically there's like a weak point, and what Luke does is he basically flies out and then shoots at the weak point.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's an exhaust port, weak point.
Tiny exhaust port. No one says you can hit it. How does Han factor in to this assault on the Death Star?
Oh, nothing. He escapes and sells Leia.
What?
Wait. Do you really think that?
He's gotta get to he's gotta get to...
Wait,
he just leaves, takes Leia and sells her on the black.
Who does he sell her to?
Yeah.
Jabba the Hutt. Because she's wearing later on she's wearing the metal bikini.
Why does he sell her? Or not even why. How?
Because he's a smuggler and she's like a prized person.
Right.
She's a
how does
princess.
Luke not get?
Because he's busy destroying the Death Star.
With what? They're all on the same ship, right?
Oh.
They're all on
I
the
thought he
Millennium
took
Falcon.
one of...
No.
Oh, I thought
that
Luke...
would make sense.
I thought Luke took one of the ships from the Death Star.
Nah, they all just run back on the Millennium Falcon and fly away. When they get to the Rebel base, then Luke gets his own ship, and that's the the X-Wing that you're familiar with.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But no, there's something... Like,
do you honestly believe that Han sold Leia?
Okay, so I didn't think of it before, but until this point, I was like, she's got to get there somehow.
Right.
I assumed that he just left, and that's why I don't know, because I know he's a character that people like and hate in a sort of way.
Mostly like.
Everyone likes him. Yeah, there's no one that hates him.
Okay.
Everybody likes him.
I don't know.
Everybody else in the movie is hated by some people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fucking Leia or Luke. Luke's maybe, I'd say, the biggest character that originally like, oh, cool, this guy. And then later on, you're like, this guy's
what a
annoying and
bitch.
dumb. He just should have gone to the Tassi station for power converters and been done with the whole thing. These other cool characters could have hashed this out. But he gives her, she's very important, Leia, back to the rebel people.
Yeah, and they give him money, and then he's like,
gives a big suitcase.
peace!
And he just leaves. He's like, out, I'm not helping you guys. I don't give what any of you are doing. I'm out.
So I was right about the escape part. He just leaves.
Kind of.
So he
doesn't kidnap anybody.
Yeah, no, he doesn't kidnap anybody. So Luke has to shoot the things, right? He has to shoot the exhaust port. Darth Vader, we can edit that. Darth Vader is also really good at flying because they're related, and he's sweet at that. So he's like, there's a chase where they're chasing each other, and Darth Vader at one point pretty much has Luke. Or Darth Vader and two dudes, I think. Like two.
Yeah,
other,
two
Wait, so at this
side.
point they're still all in the Millennium Falcon?
No.
This
is post...
Han has left.
So
Luke
this is after they dropped off the
Yep.
Leia to Rebels.
They dropped off Leia, and they're
And
now
he has
part of
the
the
X-Wing
Rebel.
now.
Like Luke is part of the Rebel army, and so are the
Okay.
droids. And then Han and Chewie are out of there. Interesting side note. Isn't it weird? You've seen Chewbacca before, right?
Right.
Who does he know?
Han.
No, before that. Like, you saw him in the first 3 movies, briefly. And he does something that you think is more significant to the plot.
Does he interact with Anakin?
No. He saves Yoda. So there's a point in the in the 3rd movie where
pointlessly also
they're killing all the Jedi. And Yoda's like, uh-oh, I gotta get out of here. Help me, you big Wookiee. They're on Kashyyyk, the Wookiee planet. But that never comes up anywhere else. So we're fighting the Death Star. Okay. Luke.
Wait, I thought the Death Star was already destroyed.
No, I haven't destroyed it yet.
No, we're
getting
going.
to that.
Oh, we're getting to
There's
that.
a big detail you missed.
So, okay.
So we're fighting the Death Star. How does this fight go?
Well, they destroy the Death Star.
Okay, so before that, it goes pretty poorly for the rebels. They're all getting picked off and stuff.
Okay.
And then Darth Vader shows up in his plane, and they're even more picked off. Like, they're screwed. Right. How does Luke overcome this? Because Luke has to fire his, photon torpedo to the exhaust port. How does that happen? What saves Luke?
What saves Luke?
Yeah.
Does Darth Vader save Luke?
What?
Yeah, why?
Because he's his son.
Well,
right.
Yeah, but why did he start chasing him? Why did he start...
To capture him, not to kill him.
So the middle, he's like, well, gotta save him.
Not only gotta save him, gotta let him blow up this stupid thing.
Yeah.
Gotta be done with this stupid Death Star. Yeah, I really do get the feeling, though, Darth Vader doesn't want to do this.
Oh, Han Solo comes back.
Yeah, Han Solo redeems himself. He has his Catwoman moment from the Dark Knight Rises, where it's just like, oh, I thought I took the money, but I'm staying because I'm good, and he saves him. So that is the fourth movie, pretty much. They all get medals and they're heroes.
Oh, so that was we were still on A New Hope.
Yeah. That's just one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's way weirder.
That's
after
one
that.
movie.
That's one whole movie.
Yeah.